Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the wild, weird, and wacky world of the Word. Yeah, when you're reading the Bible and all of a sudden you go, What? What's that all about? Well, we have one of those things going on in our Old Testament passage from Exodus, the 34th chapter, and I want to read it for you right now. Moses came down from Mount Sinai. As he came down from the mountain with the two tablets of the covenant in his hand, Moses did not know that the skin of his face shone because he had been talking with God. Yeah, and his face shone so brightly. What did he have to do? He had to put a veil over his face because people couldn't stand to look at him. It's not like, you're ugly, Moses. No, it's like, it's so bright we can't stand it. Well, the wild, weird, and wacky part of this, even though that sounds wacky enough, the wild, weird, and wacky part of it is the translation that's going on here with the word his face shone. Now, remember, we're reading the English translation, which comes to us through many other translations, but most importantly, the original Hebrew that it's written in, Greek, and Aramaic. All those three different languages are what we have our scriptures come from. And in this case, it's the Hebrew. Literally, the Hebrew translation of his face shone is his face sent out horns. His face sent out horns? What's that? Hey, when I was a little kid and I drew a picture of the sun, maybe a lot of kids do it even now, you draw a circle in the air, right? Or on a piece of paper, and you draw lines coming out of it. In other words, the brightness is shining forth. It's emanating out of that, like these lines. That's what tells us it's happening. It's the way you artistically do it, right? See my face right now? It's shining because there's light coming through the window. I don't see any horns coming there, but so how do you depict it? Well, in the Hebrew, that's the word that they used. And everybody knew what they were talking about. Even the Apostle Paul was aware that that's what it was. You're just shining so bright that it's wow. Well, unfortunately, here's what happened. As the Bible was translated in the 4th century into Latin, the Latin picked up on the original meaning of the Hebrew, the literal meaning, which was horns. And then you have different artists who look at this and say, horns? Moses had horns? Even Michelangelo, in his famous statue of Moses, has him with horns on his head. What's even more unfortunate is through the centuries and the wave after wave of anti-Semitic feelings toward the Jews, you have this happening where there was even talk of the Jewish people having horns. And why would that be? Because they're evil. They're of the devil. I mean, all kind of awful things can happen. Why? Simply because of not looking at the translation in the proper way. Oh, Lord. What we can do as God's people when we don't take the time to seriously look at the scriptures and rightly put forth this word of God. And it just goes to show how difficult it is for scholars even today to try to look up some of these idioms and figure out what exactly is going on. And that's why with a really good Bible, you'll have lots of footnotes where it'll say Hebrew uncertain or could be this, could be that, because we don't always know. And this is one of those spots where it gets a little iffy because if you translate it literally, his face shone forth horns, you come up with a really weird image in your head that's not quite what the author intended. Well, God's blessings be with you, and I'm just checking things out real quick here. No, no horns today. I guess I'm safe. God's blessings be with you.